Hey, what's going on, internet? Welcome to another Magic Duels Battle for Zendikar video. And today we're going to revisit what was arguably the only real failure of last season. I mean, I guess that black-white enchantment list was pretty mediocre. I never even really played it after that video. We're going back to the Sigil of the Empty Throne deck, and we got a lot of upgrades from Battle for Zendikar. And it's actually kind of plays a little bit different. Like, we don't need any of the tutors anymore. We don't have to play dehydration and shit like that. Anyways, we'll go through real quick. 2 Sigiled Starfish, 3 Tightening Coils, 2 Horribly Awry, 3 Telling Time, 2 Disperse, 3 Sphinx's Tutelage, 2 Claustrophobia, 2 Scatter to the Winds, all 4 Spell Shrivel, all 3 Retreat to Emeria, just 2 Suppression Bonds, 2 Countermands, Gideon, ally of Zendikar, both Sigil the Empty Thrones, 2 Planar Outbursts, 25 lands, 8 plains, 9 islands, 2 Prairie Stream, 2 Glacial Fortress, and 4 Evolving Wilds. So first, let's go over our win conditions. We have the 2 Sigils, 1 Gideon, the 3 Retreats, and 3 Sphinx's Tutelage. Those are win conditions. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's usually enough. So let's say Sigil of the Empty Throne is the first enchantment we play during the game. So how many other enchantments do we have to trigger it? We have the other sigils. There's 1. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 other enchantments to trigger Sigil, if the first one is indeed the first one played. Another big upgrade, you don't have to fucking play Tragic Arrogance anymore, and I don't know why you would in this deck, because, you know, we want to have multiple Sigils and Retreats and even Tutelages out, so we don't want to blow up our own shit. So getting this just a full switch from Arrogance to Outburst is great. So we got the 3 Retreats, which those soldiers, you know, they just sit there. You know, they peck away, but eventually, you know, you can pop off a big creatures you control, get plus 1 million, plus 1 million during a turn. You know, same with Gideon. You can just immediately pop a Gideon emblem. And you would think, like, oh, you got two different win conditions here. You're either going to win with damage with tokens from Retreat, Gideon, or Sigil, or you're going to win with milling them out from Tutelage. But the thing is, like, you know, if you've got the Sigil online first, then, you know, the Tutelage will just make you a token. I mean, if you got the Retreat online first, then, you know, the Sphinx will actually, you know, become the plan A, and then the little dudes can protect you while the Tutelage does its thing. So they actually all kind of work together. Like, you know, if you have the Tutelage out and you can't bust through damage, all the tokens you're going to be making are going to, you know, prevent that. And let's see what else. Let's go over, we have all the counters. We have a lot of counter spells. So we got just 2 Horribly Awry. I mean, you can have 3, but I think 2's a sweet spot because, you know, if the game does go super long, it might not really do anything. But, you know, there are enough 4 mana or less creatures that, you know, you do want to hit for just 2 mana. And then, you know, we got the hard counter and Scatter to the Winds, the Awaken 6. And we got the 4 Spell Shrivels, which, you know, it's usually going to be live a fair amount of the time. Not fair, like the majority of the time. Like, you know, some people argue like, oh, what if the ramp deck's at 12 or 14 or whatever. Like, usually if they're at 14 mana, like, 1, why did we let them get the 14 mana? 2, we must have some real shitty draws. We can't, you know, find a win condition, you know, by the time they're at 14 mana to be able to, you know, sneak Ulamog through or something ridiculous. And then, so yeah, so we got those, so it's that 8, and we go all the way up to 10 counter spells, just 2 countermands, because it is another hard counter. Incidentally helps Tutelage just a little bit. He's actually used to be the Emeria Shepherd and Disciple of the Ring, and while those cards were fine, like, they really weren't needed. Like, with the Emeria Shepherd, let's just go look at that real quick. Like, yes, you can, return auras, directly to the field with enough planes, or to return them to hand. Especially, you can sneak them in on a hexproof creature, but, our answer to something like Plated Crusher, or even like, Primal Hunt Beast, is just to counter them. And our answer to Gaia's Revenge is that it doesn't have trample, so we can hide behind tokens all day. And also, we can just blow them the fuck up with Planar Outburst. So, didn't really think it was necessary. I mean, same with Disciple of the Ring. We do have, a lot of instants and sorceries, but it just really wasn't pulling its... I mean, it was fine. It wasn't bad, but it's just unnecessary. So I'd rather just have more hard counters. And, the 2 Countermand, it's going to be better than, what's the 3 mana leak? I found them to be better than, the 3 mana leak, the... fuck, whatever it's called. Calculated Dismissal. Just like, whatever. So, what else we got here? So, yeah, so we got all our... We have our sorcery speed spot removal in the form of enchantments, the 3 Tightening Coils, the 2 Claustrophobias, and the 2 Suppression Bonds. So, we don't run Celestial Flare because Tightening Coils doesn't prevent something from attacking. So anyone, with half a brain can just, attack with their Tightening Coils guy to protect, one of their guys from a flare. We still run 2 Sigil Starfish because we don't really have really any card draw outside of, looting with the Tutelage. So, card selection is good. A lot of time when you play this deck, like, you don't really need to cast an on-curve Tutelage or even an on-curve Retreat. I mean, usually casting an on-curve Gideon, like, you're not really going to get punished for that. Or even an on-curve Sigil. Like, you can let the shields down for these 2. But for Retreat and Tutelage, like, if you have counters in hand, like, I would just depends on what you're playing. But I usually just hold on to the counters, exhaust my counters, tap out for a win condition, and then if they resolve something, that's when the Tightening Coils, the Claustrophobias, the Suppression Bombs come into play. And you see, like, all these weird numbers... Like, it's just, you got to make room for everything. So, I mean, having, 2 Disperses for emergencies, especially against the Aura decks, I think is fine. You don't need all 4 Coils. You don't need all 3 Sigil Starfish. And, I had to cut, I forgot what I cut. I think I actually did cut a Starfish for an extra land, because I was at 24. But we also are running 4 Wilds for the Retreats, which... is worth it in my opinion. So really, usually count wilds as, half a land. So really right now, technically this is like what, 23 lands? Yeah. So that's enough, I think. You just gotta, like, if you keep a 3-lander, you're usually going to be good. Like 2-landers is rough. Like if you don't draw your 3rd land, you're pretty much just going to lose most of the time. But anyways, we'll take this out. We'll see if I get destroyed or just hard countered like I did when I took out the enchantment list the first time. Like, I had the Emeria Shepherd in there because, I had a PTSD from all the Reclamation Sages and all that shit. But I mean, we have a lot more, win conditions other than just leaning on Sigil and Tutelage that, we can overcome the loss of, one of those things. And we have a much better sweeper and Planar Outburst. And, we have Awakened Lands and whatnot. Usually, like, if we're holding up counters, we still have instant speed plays and Telling Time and Disperse and Tutelage looting. So you don't really need to tap out in the early game. You just want to, like, deny them all their early plays and then start tapping out for your win conditions. Like, because there's no draw, really, like, tapping out on turn 3 for Tutelage, if you could hold up a counter, is just, like, it's not going to really get you anywhere. Like, I don't know, if they go turn 2, like, Gatekeeper, maybe I tap out for, a turn 3 Tutelage just to get that ball rolling, and then cross my fingers that there's no, thing. So, I mean, this is not a really active hand, but I can just sit here and try and get good card selection with the Starfish. And if he does, you know, play some threats, I got Coils. And this guy, whoa, we got a 90 card deck here. 90 card ramp, about to get wrecked. And by wrecked, I mean we're gonna get wrecked. All right, so there's one win condition. So now the big thing with this deck is, you know, you always want to scry the right thing. You have decisions. It says 90 card elves. Okay, there's the vine. I mean, I don't know. He's playing green. He's playing 90 cards. Like it would be reasonable to expect a Gate Creeper vine. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Like, even if I hit a land on my 4th turn, which I should, hopefully. I mean, I'll just keep this spell Shrivel up. It just depends on what he plays. Alyssal on a Scarblade. I might actually just, I don't want to deal with that. That might have been a mistake, but I have a Planar Outburst, like if he floods the board. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that. And because I have no other play, I'm just gonna slam to retreat. So I'll give him a window. Like, you can follow it with the Huntmaster, but like I said, I have the reset button. Another thing, like, you know, when I used to have the Shepherd in, you know, when you blow up the board, you know, you can get your enchantments back. Okay, so I mean, I figured he was running it, but of course, you know, he's gonna draw one of the 3 in his top of his list, because why wouldn't he? So every time I take the enchantments deck out, do I keep that? Yeah, just it'd be nice to have the 5th land for Outburst just in case shit gets out of control. But it fucking figures that, you know, they have their Sage right on time. But I can just sit back here with the Starfish. If he swings, I'll block. If he wants to blow a pump spell, then he can fucking go. He can go crazy. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. I don't need the second Starfish. See, you gotta be disciplined there. Like, oh, I get 2 scries, but then, you know, it's that second scry gets you if your first scry is kept on top. I'd rather just dig. I don't need a tightening coils. That. He might just have a fucking hand, the Gaia's Revenge, Plated Crushers. Scrying lands too. Okay, there's a Countermand, that's good. It's not gonna work on Gaia's Revenge, but it would work on a Plated Crusher. Just waiting for a Gideon here. Okay, I'm not gonna counter that. Is he just sitting on a hand of all removal? Watch some damage effects here. Because of course we're gonna watch damage effects. Flood the board. Yeah, I'm just not gonna keep those cards. I'm gonna be disciplined. Okay, you got that. Maybe we hit something relevant. So we know he doesn't currently have a Gaia's Revenge because he just slams it. Just gonna take 1 a turn. I mean, you might have another. I mean, knowing this game, he probably has another Reclamation Sage. So like the second like I find my Sigil and just fucking auto slam it, he's just gonna play his Sage. But you know, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'll play this game all day. I'll keep that. I mean, he's gonna have to tap out for something. I'll keep taking one a turn. I mean, maybe I should have, like, pitched that. It's eventually gonna become useless. He might have Ulamog, which should be a pain in the ass. Like, even if, like... I mean, if I had that retreat, obviously I wouldn't be, scrying lands to the bottom. But, you know, he had his Sage. Because of course he did. 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So... we'll just do that. I don't want to discard. Yeah, I'm drawing like shit, obviously, because of course I am. Okay, so there, I mean, I could have countered that. Like, maybe I should have. But I think I'm just gonna Outburst. I don't know. We'll see. He's got 2 cards. I probably should have just Outburst there. I'm kind of spacing out. Sorry, guys. I mean, I should have countered like at least one of those. All right, let's keep a land. Let's hit a land drop because I'm starting to get like a lot of cards in hand. Fuck it. I probably didn't even need to do that, to be honest with you. I could have just coiled something and then kept up the counter. But now the shields are down. Oh, yeah, I mean, shit, man. If he would have had a Ulamog, like, he just hit both my islands, I would have been fucked. Alright, so we're not under any pressure anymore. I mean, we really shouldn't have been under any pressure to begin with. As a Timberland, I'm just gonna... like, when else am I gonna get to do this? But we got 2 Sages down, which is nice. Alright, I'm gonna start holding on the lands a little bit because, you know, I still have retreats. Would love to, even though he's playing 90, I would love to hit another win condition here. Alright, well, there's the last Sage. He drew all 3 Sages, the 90 card deck. Like, what a fascinating thing to see. Okay, there's a retreat. Let's do that. Alright, so let's start the show. Let's see, at 10. Oh, the next one he can pay for a... Alright, we are not going to deal with that at all. It's fine. Yeah, Royal, Rise from the Grave. I guess I gotta watch out for Rise from the Grave. You got a combat trick too? Hey man, that's fine by me. Yeah. Let's save the Claustrophobia because you can hit Awaken Lands with it. I don't know if he runs any Awaken Lands, but whatever. Play Coils. So we're looking to hit, you know, another. What do we got? One more retreat. What the fuck is this guy doing? You gonna waste your last card on a combat trick? I mean, he's already got Sages in the graveyard for Rise from the Grave, so I don't give a fuck. Well, we haven't shuffled, and we scried a lot of bullshit to the bottom. So really, all we can counter is an Ulamog right now, or a Desolation Twin. But they still get the triggers. Is Desolation Twin on cast or Resolution? I don't remember. I guess I should probably look at that. Okay. Now the games have begun. I'm gonna tap all those, freak. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter how I tap. Let's get in for one. Yeah, I'm just going to make a 4/4 now. Just in case, like, he gets his Sage out. I want to at least have one 4/4. Because we do know he's playing Rise from the Grave. So Spell Shrivels are dead draws right now, but, you know, I didn't really expect, you know, 23 cards deep. Okay, there's a Scatter. To be this kind of fucked over. But yeah, I think we're fine now. I mean, yeah, we played against a 90 card what the fuck deck, but you know, he drew all 3 of his Reclamation Sages. He only hit something relevant with 2 of them. Like even in this spot, like if I had an Emeria Shepherd, like, you know, what's it really doing? Okay, we got a telling time here. Let's just do that main phase just in case we got something we want. Oh, there we go. I want that. And I want the other telling time. So let's swing. Let's see what happens here. What we got? 8 mana. Shit, I wish I had 1 more mana. Then I could have tutelaged and looted in the same turn. But, see, tutelage, trigger Sigil. I mean, we've got the win now. Like, you could even Ulamog and shoot, like... I mean, I've got 6 threats. Like, even the 1/1's a threat at this point in the game. And that's it. I wonder what he possibly could have had. Probably just a bunch of lands. I guess a thing we can take away from this game, like if he is sandbagging, like, you know, 3 lands, just like you can sandbag 1, but don't sandbag multiple lands, especially, you know, in a format with Spell Shrivel. Or in a format where people are actually playing Spell Shrivel. So, what? I mean, those have to be lands, right? Let's just go for lethal. Like one thing with 2 tightening coils and a claustrophobia on it. It seems excessive. Alright, you need 2 removal spells. And he doesn't have them. So, yeah, I mean, I probably got a little loose there, like letting all those fucking bats and shit resolve. Just trying to, you know, and then tapping out for the Outburst. I probably should have just countered that shit, so that's my bad. What can you do? Rusty, man. It's been a while. Playing Destiny. Fallout. Getting caught up on books. I finally, I think I talked about this on my deleted videos, so I don't remember if I talked about it like during the second Esper video I did. But I finally got around to reading Brandon Sanderson's Words of Radiance, and it's good. I like Sanderson, but there's something that, you know, I realized towards the end of the book that, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna spoil something right now, so if you haven't read that book, just mute your shit for 10 seconds. I realized he has characters from his other books in the Words of Radiance or the Stormlight Archive universe, which I don't like at all. And the spoilers. So yeah, okay, no more spoilers. So that's why I mean, I can go into that, you know, later on. So I'm finally almost getting caught up on the second part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders, which is amazing. Speaking of amazing, this hand, I mean, I do have a sort of 3-hand lander. I mean, I have both my retreats. I mean, I'm going to filter out a land here, which is kind of shitty. But we'll see. This might be a bad keep. Yeah, aggro deck. Let me get the island because I have a Scatter to the Winds. If I draw horribly awry, then I'll just hold that up. If not, then I'm just gonna play the Starfish. Alright, well there are win conditions. We got numerous win conditions now. Now the trick is surviving. And drawing our lands. Yeah, this is straight up Selesnya aggro. We can counter his next play. I said in a spot like this, I would never tap out for Tutelage. So we can counter his next 2 plays and take 2 damage every turn. I mean, obviously I'm gonna block the free blade. Yeah, it's not happening. We can't let him renown that guy. I mean, obviously, you know, taking 2 a turn is preferable to taking 3 a turn. Yeah, I didn't really play around. I'm not gonna play around fucking Might and Masses in that spot. Land, any land? Nope, can't keep that. We're looking for lands now, so you gotta know when to switch gears. Alright, so we're gonna continue to take 2 a turn until we find some lands. And hopefully it won't be too late. I mean, that Sunblade Elf is going to be a problem when he hits his 5th land, so I think we just kind of get fucked over here. We're just going to shrivel that. So yeah, I mean, I've scryed 2 cards to the bottom now. I mean, I can't do anything if he hits that 5th land. I just can't do anything. So I mean, we kept a 3-lander, so yeah, so we're fucking lost. I mean, what we can do is at least keep him up. We can make him spend his whole turn, which he's not. I just would have done it there. All right, so I mean, we've been digging deep. Like, the fact that we can't hit a fucking land is a joke. I know you guys want to see me just go ballistic, but I'm not gonna tap out for a retreat here. Let's see if he does it this time. Alright, so now he's gonna do it. Yeah, fucking Sunblade. I mean, he's just... His 1 and 2 drop is too fast. And... Like, can you imagine if I didn't have this fucking Starfish? Like, how fucked that would be? Alright, there's the land. I'm just gonna slam the Sigil. He's got an opening. But I mean, I think at this point it's too late. Yeah, I mean, he's got a fucking Curd Chieftain. No respect for Planar Outburst. Like, if there's any justice in this world, I will top deck Planar Outburst. If not, then I just lost. Watching damage effects. Good on you. Holy shit, there's justice! Fucking... Oh, there's no salt. There's no salt. There's justice. It's salt for him. It's salt for Alan. Holy fuck. I can't believe it. Oh, and we get a land. This is amazing. Oh my. The two outer with what was that, 46 cards left in the deck? Oh my god, this video better not get corrupted. That might be one of the greatest things we've ever seen. Alright, you know what? If you have a Gideon's Reproach or a Celestial Flare, I don't give a shit, man. I really don't. I mean, I guess I should have played the Retreat first. And I tapped my mana wrong. But you know what? I don't care. I mean, I do care. I mean, I just figured this game wouldn't be fucking retarded. Like, why would you tap the mana like that, Stainless? It makes no sense. Like, you can't read what card I have in my hand? Like, why do I need double white open? I mean, yeah, you could have a combat trick. It's probably sandbagging the land. But that's okay, man. Alright, so let's see. All in, boys. We don't have lethal. We're one off lethal. So I'm gonna leave one guy back. He has to block at least one and regenerate with Troll. I mean, do I swing with everything there? I don't even know, man. I mean, I can theoretically still lose the 2 pump spells. Wait, no, I have a Scatter to the Winds for the surprise blocker. What the fuck? Okay. Give a shit about that card. I'm not gonna let him draw. I mean, I guess I could have scattered that just to make another blocker. Like, I'm just sloppy. I'm still in fucking... This has been a sloppy fucking game. I'm just still in awe of the 2 outer. The anti-salt. What the fuck happened? Oh, because he fucking, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I mean, I could have scattered that too, but, you know, maybe I play this guy again. I don't want to show him I have another one. So, yeah, so I'm still extremely rusty. I am playing like shit, but I hope the the top deck Outburst was worth the nonsense. But, you know, that's... I mean, did he need to play out all that shit? That's the question. Hey, what's up, Brianna Tarth? Or Captain Phasma? Or whoever. I don't know. I will tell you one thing. It's like you see, I only really play against humans when I'm recording. Like, I do all my testing against the AI. I kind of miss the days of the corpse haulers. I mean, I just felt like I faced a wider variety of decks. So, I mean, that could be contributing to why, like, my play is just fucking bad right now. I mean, I probably should have just fucking, you know, started with some heavy creature decks. I mean, I can do combat math. But I hope that guy is a subscriber, or someone links him to this video, just so he can see that he did get top decked. And yeah, I should have played some esports music. That could have almost been you know, MLG airhorn worthy. So, I mean, if that had happened to me, but... Oh, yeah, I would have been fucking salty as fuck. But, you know, I would like to think I would recognize, like, hey... You know, I think he could have gotten away with just playing the Lieutenant. Because with the team buff on the Elf, like, it would have been enough. Like, I don't think he needed to play the Kurt Ape there. He certainly didn't need to play both. Like, that's just... I mean, that's what happens when you get fucking greedy. Let's see, that last attack, you know, if I swing with everything, then he has to block with the Valerian Wardens. And then I'm at 7, so he comes back with Troll. And he can... It would take him 2 pump spells to beat me, actually. Or like double Primal Bellow. So I mean, I can't keep a 2-lander with this deck, even though, you know, I've got, you know, that shit. Like, I mean, having horribly Awry and a Disperse, I'm on the draw. Like, if I keep this, I'm guaranteed to get fucked. So I won't. This I will keep though. Now the question is, do I sandbag this Wilds? The answer is no, since I drew another one. So I wonder if he's on allies, or if he is playing a control deck. Holy shit, this guy's playing 99? Wait, no, this is the full hundo. This guy, rank 14 hundo. Should be Dragos 121. Dragos, you fuckboy or woman, fucking make your move. I don't even care if this game gets disconnected. I'm still uploading this shit. The top deck of the day. I'm sure that was a very difficult decision, man. Now I think I will sandbag this Wilds. I mean, I can hold up Disperse. See what he does. I mean, I might not Disperse his turn 3 play. I probably will Disperse his turn 4 play, so I could slam Gideon. He's not going to do anything, so... Alright, I want to have 5 lands, so I'll just have to keep a mental note that, yes, I used 2 of my wilds. But, you know, I'm at 5 lands now. It's usually a good spot to be in. I'm gonna fetch another island. You know, you want a lot of islands. Like, being able to pay the awakening cost on Planar Outburst, like, this is not something you really have to worry about too much. But I think whatever he plays, like, I just disperse EOT, and then I just slam Gideon, and we go from there. Question is, do I play around exclusive Firecraft? It is something to keep in mind. That would be a very upsetting. I mean, it would take his whole fucking turn. He's not showing us the second red. I mean, he could fucking have anything. Alright, I will just get horrible with that. Because what else is that thing gonna hit? Alright, we're gonna get the blue. And we are going to cross our fingers that the 100 card deck, like, I think in this point, like, you remember what I said, like, even though I have a counter spell, like, getting this is a 3-turn clock. So I'm gonna make the 2/2, and then I'm gonna be swimming with the 5/5 next turn. So he needs to go Mountain Firecraft right now while my shields are down. And he's not gonna do that. Here's the Liliana. Probably just gonna bounce that and then counter on the way back down. We'll main phase bounce that, because I don't want him to get that effect. Alright, here's turn 1. You see, I know, I mean, I haven't really watched too many people play, but I would imagine, like, a lot of people, like, you know, in Standard, like, you usually just see him make 2/2s, but, you know, they have so many other powerful cards to back Gideon up. Like, in a deck like this, you just fucking go to town with him. There's a Liliana again. We will counter that for sure. The AI could have had its own counter. It wouldn't have been an end of the world, because I could have just suppression bondsed it. Alright, so now we are out of counters. He could disperse this Gideon, which is why I haven't telling timed yet. Let's try and hit a land this turn, or a counter spell. Alright, I'll keep that. And we'll shuffle away the other telling time. Actually, oh shit. Never mind. Yeah, well, I didn't really need that telling time anyways. Oh shit, classic AI. The last second foundry to prevent lethal. Alright. So good for him. Or good for the AI. But I mean, he's got no way out of this. I mean, he could theoretically delay lethal again by getting rid of the 2/2. But a creature isn't going to do it. Maybe the plains this time. I don't really need 4 blue right now. So the thing is, like, I could have sat back and, like, you know, just made a bunch of 2/2s, but, you know, I don't want to get wrecked by Languish or Radiant Flames or any bullshit like that. So really, the competition hasn't been too great, to be honest with you. I mean, I've played 9 games this season. Yeah, 9 games, 6 with Esper, 3 with this deck, and I'm at rank 7, so I lost 1. And really, the only The Esper games, okay, those are some good decks. The games at these decks, those are 2 fat stacks and one guy who just overextended, and I top decked the shit out of him. But, you know, I can't pick my opponents. At least not all the time. I'm sure I'll do another video against fucking Hakeem, and then he'll fucking god draw me, and then I'll get fucking pissed, and all you fucking people will start fucking crying, blah, 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 saying I don't deserve the users or the viewers I get, whatever. It's like, you know what? I don't give a shit, man. I like that you guys tune in. Like, you know, the guys who talk to me in comments, you know, we discuss the plays, the games. Like, I fucking love you guys. You also gotta remember, like, I'm not making any money off this. Like, are you guys donating money to me? Like, if you want to, let me know. Maybe I'll set up one of those donation pages. I probably should just do that anyways. But, you know, a lot of the times you guys, like, talk to, like, not just me, but, like, YouTube content creators in general. Like, they owe you something. We don't fucking owe you shit. Like, unless, like, you're someone like Force with, like, fucking 30, 40,000 views, and, like, he's actually, like, making, like, a couple grand a month. Like, you know, just me, or even, like, Hakeem, you know, we're in the, you know, I got, like, just over 1,000 subscribers. He's almost hit 4,000. Like, we don't owe you anything. Just be grateful that someone's even doing this shit, I guess. Or don't be grateful. But, you know, that's where I'm coming from. So, I mean, you guys want to talk shit? Talk shit. Whatever. I'm not going to moderate the comments. As long as, you know, the only thing I would ever remove from the comments would be, like, I don't know, links to fucking kitty porn, or just links in general. Like, don't be one of those guys that wants to pimp your page on my channel. Like, I don't do it to other people. But just, you know, talking in general. Whatever. But anyways, yeah, thanks for tuning in. That's the enchantments list. Give it a whirl if you want. Try it out. It's not an aggro deck. It's not a ramp deck. So if you just want to try something new, you can try that. Anyways, I'll probably take tomorrow off. Probably have another video up Wednesday or Thursday. Then Friday, I'm leaving for California. And then I'm busy that entire weekend. And I will probably do a video while I'm in California, probably Monday. So you can probably see maybe 2 more. So another video after this, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. And then a video on Monday. So it's going to be spaced out a little bit. But, you know, I'm getting back into the game, testing stuff out. Maybe I'll have 2 videos out before Friday. But you'll definitely see at least 1 more video this week, and then another one on Monday when I'm in California. You know, Jenny will be there. You know, my brother will be there, his girlfriend. Maybe I get my mom to show up. she's something else. And if you haven't already, if you didn't watch the first video, my cat TomJohn, he has a YouTube page. And yeah, just check him out. He rants about shit. His latest rant was because me and Jenny are leaving for California for about a week and a half to spend time with my folks, that we getting a cat sitter for them. You know, she's gonna come every other day, and so we took them to go get their shots Thursday. My other cat, but she's not on the internet. And TomJohn told a little story about how he was traumatized by that trip, and how I am a dumbass for leaving him out in the sun when the shade was literally like a foot away. I was mostly just trying to keep him away from the dogs. I didn't want him to get fucking fleas. But Jenny does all that. She does all the animation, and, you know, she does all the dialogue and whatnot. So check that out. I'll leave a link for that again. That might be the last time I pimp out TomJohn's channel. I don't want to be one of those guys, but, you know, he's my cat and he's cool. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys later. Goodbye, internet, for now.